I decided, as soon as I talk, the wind that's always there, decided to call this hearing the voice of God. It's probably the most important thing any of us, including myself, especially myself, need to be able to do, to be able to get through what we're about to go through. So I decided to come up into the mountains and get real quiet. Breathe it in. I think we're at like 8,000 feet. And just let the Holy Spirit talk to me. And as He does, I'm just going to record these. About 9 years ago, I was sitting right here in this field across the street, if you can see it. It's a really steep hill. It was covered with snow. I was about 60 pounds heavier. I was really sick. I walked across the street and I came into this field. And it was filled with 3, 4, 5 feet of snow. I don't know, a lot. And little did I know that only 8 or 9 days later, after that moment with my family would be ripped away from me. There's a lot of different narratives on that. My version is, I was too sick to be around. Whatever it is, it is. But I'll tell you this, we are all walking around. You know what I did is I made a snowman for my little girls, and somebody came up to me and said, "How are you doing that? You're so sick." And I said, if I die right here, right now, I want to die showing my daughters how to make a snowman. It's one of my greatest memories from when I was a kid. Right behind me over here is a bunch of kids just playing, giggling, laughing. Remember when life was that simple? But here's what happens that interferes with our ability to hear the voice of God. This is part 2, and it's really simple, and they're going to be very short. Letting go of the stuff that when we try to get still, be quiet, and know that He's God, there's chatter, there's noise. It's cellular memory of the things that people did to us, the way they hurt us, the things that happened to us. I don't know about y'all, but most people never grew up in a way where their parents modeled a way of dealing with that. I went on to, after that period of time, the story, cancer, stroke, couldn't talk, couldn't speak, chronic fatigue, mitochondria shut down, high blood pressure, all of that stuff that God delivered me from came from letting it all go. There's a biblical way of doing that. What I want you to understand is if you're going to hear the voice of God, it is time to lay aside every offense that you're holding against others. When you think of them and you feel it, you have not let it go. There's a biblical way of doing it. I'm going to go to it a little bit more the next one, but I want you to know that operating with those kinds of offenses is really what brought on stroke, cancer, and everything that's hurting you too. Listen, cellular memory goes throughout every atom and molecule in your entire body, and it literally attacks the very weakest organs. See this guy right here, he knows. How cute is that? This guy gonna give me company. That's the grace of God right there. The main reason in a fallen world we get sick is we're holding on to offense. Listen to me. It is time to let it go. It's time to let God heal you. It's time to be able to close your eyes and get into the presence of God and hear His voice about your life. Sometimes you just got to get away, just like Jesus did. Find a quiet place to take it all in. The Bible says that even nature cries out, that if we didn't worship God, the rocks would worship God. Do you realize that the New Agers probably understand that most than us thick-headed Christians? God did all this to remind us of His glory and who He is. Remind your soul, remind your heart, send away offense, and in His place receive the grace, the power, the might, the forgiveness of Christ. What a difference. The voice of a stranger you will not follow. The voice of God you will start to recognize. This is part 2. Another one's coming up. God bless.